Nathan Zegura here with a game preview edition of the 2-Minute Drill brought to you by University Hospitals. It is the 3-2 Browns taking on the lone unbeaten team in the National Football League as the 5-0 Arizona Cardinals come to First Energy Stadium. The Cardinals are led, of course, by their quarterback, former #1 overall pick Kyler Murray, who is off to a historic start in the 2021 season. Murray currently leads the NFL in completion percentage, above 75% on the year, and he joins Peyton Manning back in 2013 and Drew Brees back in 2018 as the only three quarterbacks in NFL history to have more than 1,500 yards passing while completing 75% of their passes through the first 5 games of the season. So he's playing lights out. And the Cardinals do something very different on offense than anybody else in the NFL. They will run a 4-receiver set out there and spread you out about 22% of the time. That's the highest rate in the league. All 4 of their receivers have more than 261 yards receiving this season. They've got the great DeAndre Hopkins, one of the great receivers in the game today. The venerable A.J. Green, who's having a phenomenal season, rejuvenated in Arizona. And then inside, Christian Kirk, who has been explosive, and Rondale Moore. Ohio State fans remember what he did at Purdue, their second-round pick, who can take any play to the house. They also have the running back James Conner with 5 rushing touchdowns on the season. And then Chase Edmonds, their kind of change of pace back, he's rushing for 5.5 yards per carry and is one of the leading receivers on the team as well. So this is an elite offense that has put up 30 points more often than it has not this season. And Murray so far has been the #1 vertical passing quarterback in the league. Last week, the Browns had some trouble on the vertical passes against the LA Chargers. They will need to clean that up on Sunday against this Arizona team. Now, defensively, the Browns are going to catch a break. It looks like Chandler Jones, who leads the Cardinals with 5 sacks on the season, will not be able to play on Sunday. He's been placed on the COVID-19 list, but they still have J.J. Watt up front, great young linebackers like Isaiah Simmons. Then on the back end, their corner Byron Murphy has 6 passes defensed already this season, and Buda Baker's playing safety as well as anybody in the NFL. Now, there is one weakness to this Arizona Cardinals defense. They entered this game 28th against the run. They've given up about 5.5 yards per carry in each of the last 4 games, including 6.6 yards per carry and almost 200 yards rushing to the Minnesota Vikings, who run an offense in the run game very, very similar to ours. But of course, the big news is there will be no Nick Chubb in this game. The Browns will instead rely on former NFL leading rusher back in 2017, Kareem Hunt, and D'Ernest Johnson. Remember, Johnson stepped in last year when Chubb went down against Dallas, rushed for over 90 yards in that game, and for his career has averaged over 5 yards per carry. So the Browns will still look to maintain their effectiveness running the football. After all, Cleveland has rushed for more than 150 yards in all 5 games this season. Last year, when they were the #3 rushing offense in the league, they did it only 6 times out of 16 games. So this Browns team is doing something historic right now, and I expect that to continue even without the great Nick Chubb, because the team has that much confidence in Kareem Hunt and D'Ernest Johnson. Now, where do you all come in at First Energy Stadium, the best fans in the NFL, where the Browns are undefeated this season? Well, head coach Kevin Stefanski, he gives you a lot of credit and urges you to bring it again this Sunday.
Obviously, the crowd has been outstanding in our home games this season, and we need them again. We need a great effort from our crowd because this is a really, really potent offense that we're facing, and a great defense, and a really, really sound special team. So we got to be about our business. It's been a good week of practice, and we're looking forward to the challenge.
That's right, folks. Get ready and get loud. You can make a difference on 3rd downs. When this Arizona team has struggled on 3rd down, that's when the games have been competitive. They've had 3 blowouts, 2 competitive games. Of course, their most impressive win against the Los Angeles Rams, 37-20. They're undefeated on the road. Obviously, they're undefeated on the season. So we can give that home field advantage and try to make life difficult for these Arizona Cardinals. It'll go a long way. Don't forget Browns Countdown at 11 a.m. live from First Energy Stadium. We'll get you ready on News 5 for the big game coming up at 4 o'clock. Remember, it's that late start at First Energy Stadium. This has been the game preview edition of the 2-Minute Drill brought to you by University Hospitals.